Okay. Okay, you guys, I am so sorry. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. Anyway, let me wait for some of you to come back. And okay, I can see myself again. Anyhow, I don't know what happened. And let me try to pick up where I left off. So I am just waiting for some more people to come in, and thank you for joining me again. I don't know exactly what happened, but I'm going to continue what I was already saying. But if I already said this, then charge it to my heart, just trying to do the right thing. Don't charge it to my mind. Anyhow, I just wanted to say that, MSNBC is the one who, Allison Morris was actually on. So, I stand corrected, and that's okay. It is not Fox News that she was on. So I am sorry for reporting that it was, that was the wrong news agency. And apparently Fox has done some things to tone their situation down in years because of the things that used to happen there. But it was actually MSNBC that Allison Morris was on, and it has been reported that she has been terminated. So we can also say rest in peace to her career, as I said last night. That is not something that we will continue to tolerate anymore. We are productive people, just like everybody else is. And we deserve the same respect that everybody else gets in this country. And for somebody to just come on there and blatantly, at a time when we lost one of our heroes, to use that word, and she skipped over it like it was nothing. There was not even a stop, I'm sorry, no anything. She just continued, and we'll be right back. No, I mean, that warranted a major apology. It really did. And for that, I can understand why, MSNBC should understand why we, as Black Americans, would not want them to continue to allow this woman to broadcast the news and expect us to continue to support them. So I applaud them in their efforts to do the politically correct thing and the socially correct thing, and getting rid of problems like that. So I would hope that that served as, some kind of example to everybody else, that this will not be tolerated, or we have to start doing the right thing and start turning our backs on people that do that. No paychecks for anybody that doesn't respect our dollar, our time, anything. So it is what it is. Anyhow, and also it was reported that Kobe Bryant's family, his wife and his other daughters, his surviving daughters, were not notified prior to TMZ notifying the world that he had passed away, along with the pictures of the helicopter losing control. That was also something that was really, really, that was a bad call. That's not the way, especially for somebody with his standing in our culture and in the world. That is not how we should have his family notified. So, there's a level of responsibility that goes with reporting, and at least let somebody's family, their immediate family, get notified before you report that. I mean, it's hot news off the press, of course. And TMZ prides themselves in being the ones who bring everything out first and in the open. But you have to also respect, or you will start losing people too. That right there was not a good call. And you have major celebrities that are upset about that, and they're speaking out on it. That's the reason that's how I got the information. They're speaking out on it. Okay, so that wraps up, the last 24 hours with the situation that already exists with the reporting of Kobe Bryant's passing away. Anyway, welcome you guys to the show. The topic is organ donation in the Black community. All right. I understand is what I want to say to all of you first. It is so hard to fathom that you are taking the organs out of your loved one, or possibly giving up your own organs to help somebody else. I understand. I came in this world with him and I'm leaving with him. I'm giving you some of the things that were said to me. I understand the fear that people have. What about if I might need my other kidney, or I might, whatever. I understand. However, in the Black community, we have a major fear of being organ donators. When the time comes for somebody in your family to need an organ and you can't be the one to give it to them, and nobody had signed that organ donation card, and you love your loved one so much, and yet they're laying there, and the only thing that stands between them in life and death is the fact that they can't get the organ that they need. And there are other Black people that are passing away and have organs that are usable, and that could save another life. Think about it. Really think about it. Would you be so kind as to give somebody else a chance at life? Would you be so kind to just sign the back of your driver's license, or to leave a note that says, I want to help somebody else? Do you realize how many people you can help if you were in a situation and your life was to be ended and there was nothing else that could be done to save your life from a whole lot of different reasons, and yet there was somebody's child that was laying there fighting for their life, and the only thing that stands between their life and death is the fact that they could have used your organ to save their child's life? I run into so many Black families because, like I said, I'm an organ donator, or organ donor. And when the time comes, if I ever have anything that is usable, I hope that they use it all to save somebody else. Whatever they need to save somebody else's life. And I say that because I've seen what it looks like when somebody, as being in the nursing field, I've seen what it looks like to see a family that lost their loved one, and then somebody that is on the receiving end of that organ, and to know the family that is the giver sees the fruitage of, the loss of their loved one, but they see that another life has been able to be saved because of their selfless act. It's nothing like it. It bridges them together, kind of like for the rest of their life, where a lot of them function like that. They become family for the rest of their life. Think about it. That's all I'm asking you guys. I'm not on here to try to, tell anybody, oh, you guys are wrong for not wanting to be an organ donator or organ donor, however you want. I'm not trying to tell you that you're wrong. Everybody has their reasons. Some people have religious reasons behind it, and some people just are afraid. But I can almost tell you that there would be no greater joy than if you were to be able to save somebody's life, to see somebody be able to get up and have a productive life, and say that it was all because of you and your family and the person that, is no longer here. If you couldn't save that person in the first place, why not save somebody else's life? Right now, I have just noticed that there is one person that is on this, and which is one of the reasons why I decided to talk about this, and she is watching this right now, and she's on an organ donation list. And Linda, I see you. I love you. You know what I'm saying? I love you. And I sincerely hope that soon you will find a match. Whether somebody donate one of their kidneys to you, or however it may come, it's in God's hands. However, I definitely hope that you will be a recipient of an organ soon, so that you can have your life back. I think that people look at it in such a somber way, but let me break it down like this. We all have to leave here one day. All of us do. We just don't know. The Bible tells us, if you happen to be a believer in religion at all, it tells us that no man knows the day nor the hour. That is certainly the truth. Nobody knows how we're going to go, when we're going to go, whatever. The one thing for certain is that we will leave. But what will you leave behind? If you can save somebody else's life, isn't it worth it? You can't take it with you. So if you can improve the quality of somebody else's life, then think about it. That's all I'm asking. There's no shaming anybody into doing anything they don't want to do. All I'm saying is think about it. In our black community, only 13.5% of us are organ donors. That is really low compared to the rest of the world. However, we do have a need because of high blood pressure and because of all other kind of things that harm our organs and mess up our organs. Let me just put it to you like this. I live with lupus every day. Lupus affects the kidneys. I might need a kidney one day. Who knows? I don't know what my situation is later in years. I don't know what I'm going to face. I know that with each passing day, I notice something different about my body. And it's all because of lupus. I know that I will continue to fight every bit of the way to make sure that I try to live a better life so that I can have the highest quality of life that I possibly can. And I pass that on to anybody else who is dealing with any kind of infirmity. I believe that you should educate yourself on how you can live a better life so that you can have a longer life. So that's the one thing I want to say to you. However, if you know that this might be your potential destiny, then think about being an organ donor to somebody else. If you happen to have a disease where it's going to affect your tissues and your organs, of course, that's out of the question for you. You know what I'm saying? There's only but so much you can do. However, if you don't have one, then think about it. That's all I'm asking. Think about it. 13.5% is quite low. And when you have people in need, they pray so hard for one person to come along and help save their loved one. And you don't know what kind of joy that person can bring in your life because of your sacrifice. So I'm just saying that, I don't think that it's selfish to keep your organs. They're yours. But I think it's selfless. I really do. I think it's selfless. It shows a kind of love that's unmatched to be able to want to save somebody else's life and to think ahead to do it. That's all I'm saying. So once again, our show was, changed up a little bit. I guess the sentimentality in the last couple of days is to try to show the world different things because tragedy happens regardless of whether you want it to or not. None of us have any control over that. However, what you do with those things that happen to you during the tragedies and how you come through them is what's important. And I think that saving a life through a tragedy is one of the most beautiful things that you can do. Anyway, that's my message for tonight. See, plain and simple. You guys didn't have any questions that I could see. But if you do, make sure you inbox me at mbg811@gmail.com. And as a person in the medical field, I will do my best to answer your questions. Anyhow, make sure you watch out for my new book, Miss Nina's Oh So Real, Spiritually Assisted Inspirations. And the reason why I say that is because I don't know no other way except to be real. It is what it is. I will always be myself, whether it's on paper or in reality. I'm going to be myself. So there you have that. Make sure you pick it up. It's on Amazon.com. And I'm really thankful that all of you guys are picking it up. You know what I'm saying? I have a lot of love for a lot of people. And I think that the one single most best thing we can do for each other in life is to motivate each other to do better, to motivate each other to do bigger, to motivate each other to become successful, to motivate each other, period. I think that's one of the most, the most wonderful things you can do for somebody else is to say, yes, you can do it, and to be there and support them through it. That's one of the most beautiful things you can do for somebody else, is to give them and inspire them, give them the motivation and inspire them to be everything that they can be. That's one of the things that is lacking in the world today. And when you find people that motivate you to greatness, and inspire you to success, I think that you should keep those people close to you because they are definitely a rare kind and they are definitely good for the soul and good for the spirit. So make sure that you put it on your list, put it on your bucket list to make sure that you inspire people. It doesn't matter when, you know what I'm saying? Like there's so many hours in a day. Make sure you say hello and give them a smile and inspire somebody to be positive, first of all. And that's it. It starts from there. Anyhow, become an organ donor if you can. Give it some thought. That's all I'm asking. You might save somebody's life. Anyhow, you guys, I'm getting ready to get out of here. I've had a long day. Thank you for supporting Livia's new single, Get Paid. It is doing very well on the charts. Make sure you go and you vote for it. It's on Pilier'Records on YouTube. Make sure you hit the like and the subscribe button. Is getting a lot of attention and she deserves it. That is, of course, our co-host. Make sure you go to YouTube and look up George Goldsboro and hit like and subscribe underneath of his single, You Got Me, which is another hot one. And Miss Nina will be doing her video this weekend. That's right. It's called Gotta Leave. And how befitting, right? I'm going to tell y'all right now, you will never guess what kind of song this is. I'm just going to leave you guessing. And when you hear, you're like, oh, wow, Miss Nina. No, you didn't. I don't know. I'm going to have to tell you a little something. I went back to my club roots. Yeah, I went back to my club roots on this one. So make sure you hear it. It's called Gotta Leave. And speaking of Gotta Leave, I love y'all. For now, this is our time. And it's been a good time. I love y'all. Peace.